Alright, we are in the next game. It is Teuton's mirrored matchup, and this is always interesting. Um, these matchups when they're mirrored. Players, of course, like last game, having different civs. It can come down to the civs in some regard. And in a way, it did with the unit matchups. I mean, honestly, Viper, if he was Goss, he probably would have had a better shot at winning that last game. But that's the beauty of this tournament. The way the civs are laid out, the way each game is different. This time it's team random. And so there's the same civ, random civ. And here we have Lojza. Now Viper again has switched colors to red. I'm not sure why he's doing that. But Lojza's sticking with green. I don't want to go with team colors because then it's red and blue and Lojza is normally green. So sorry for being picky about that, but it's not too hard to follow. Lojza's map then, he has a very nice back gold. I mean, unfortunately for him, he has like a random forest tree there, a couple forest trees, but that's a really nice gold positioning. Then he does have other resources. He has gold within his base there. He has a stone there. His relic here within the base is really nice, but also he does have a relic right outside his walls. And other gold's right outside on the right-hand side. Nice part for Lojza is a lot of space. A lot of space. Also stones here on the left-hand side and gold. I think actually all his golds and stones, with the exception of this one, are within his base. And two relics close to him, which is fantastic. Yeah, Viper's been blue, Viper's been yellow, Viper's been red. Surprised he's not been yellow this entire series here, but who knows? Who knows? Alright, so Viper's map then, he has a back gold there, and you know, that's well up against a nice wood line for him. So he's gone to this wood line, but that still is a good position. It's not forward for him. Then we have a forward stone, and the rest of his resources are actually forward for Viper. He too has a relic in his base. Have we seen a game yet where there wasn't a relic within someone's base? I feel like there was a relic in someone's base every game. But yeah, we have two golds here for Viper, but they're all forward, so he's going to have just this one to hold on to. That little patch right there of gold and stone on the back. So that's about it. The other relic placements then, we have the one out on the right hand side, and of course remember Lojza had two of them. I'm trying to see, oh, he also has this one here as well. Wow, he has three relics and sort of a triangle here next to his base, while Viper has one within his base, and the one's out here, and it's actually a little bit closer to Lojza as well. Yeah, was just saying nice micro last game, by the way. But it's 2-2 now. And whoever wins this game is basically on the brink of winning, or you could say puts the opponent on the brink of losing. Whichever way you want to spin it. But, yeah, this is a big game. Every game's a big game, but it's getting more and more important to win these games the later it gets. This one, though, same civs. You can't blame it down to Huskarls eating your, well, everything if you're Viper. And not that he would be someone who would blame it on anything anyway, but we'll have to see how it goes. I do think Lojza has a much better map here. Alright, Slenhort, we'll see ya. I'll have the games on YouTube anyway, so you can always catch them anytime you'd like. If anyone is colorblind, SMB, I'm pretty sure they would have said something by now, but I know you weren't trying to get me to change it, but I'm just like trying to respond. Yeah, I mean, if it really is causing problems for someone, let me know now, so I'll change it, because I'll change it and it'll be red and blue, so. But if it's not a big deal, we'll stick with this. These guys are just doing their builds and stuff. One thing I did notice is that Lojza has his deer up here, so it's like behind the wood line. And that could be really awkward to lure in. He might choose not to lure them in at all. He's just scouting right now. While Viper's deer also out here. So I guess it's equal in that regard. Alright, so someone wants me to change it, and it's not really too difficult in the feudal age to get used to it. So there you go. I've changed it, but I can't change players to specific colors, so it's red and blue depending on who is the host. So amongst the discussion, we have Lojza here in the red now, and Viper's in the blue. I guess we'll keep team colors on the entirety of the tournament then if it's becoming an issue. So, but if you look at the uptimes, Viper's gone up on 2 less villagers. He's actually building a barracks as well, which is interesting. And we'll see what he chooses to do. Do we see a barracks then for Lojza? No. It's not uncommon. Did he actually get loom? No, he didn't. He's in 3 on gold already. But it's not uncommon to see a barracks and a stable to fight for the relics. And Viper's actually going to come out here and collect these deer. I assume he'll build a mill. But, oh, my follows are apparently showing up off the screen as well, but we're not going to worry about that right now. I'll fix that afterwards. But the game's heating up, and Viper is going for a blacksmith. I assume he'll get a stable out as well. I'm not sure, actually, as his resources without the deer are looking pretty bad. Let's be honest. He hasn't built a stable yet. He could probably have done with a couple extra farms because he didn't have the deer. And, wow. Lojza, of course, he's gone up 2 extra vills, but he's going to have the resources to click up, I think, right away. And, much like the first game with the uptimes, Viper could be in a bad spot here. Oldie scouts are going to conflict here, and is Lojza going to go back into his base? Viper says good luck, and Lojza says EG, which I assume is easy game. But Viper's lost his scout now. It's so hard to call those. As you can see, 5 HP now for Lojza, actually. Viper probably not focusing as much as he could. Lojza saying you have no power here. But look at this. Viper just clicking up now, and he's actually later than Lojza. And with 1 bill more now only. So, certainly wasn't the best build there for Viper. Alright, so speaking of builds, we do have 5 on gold there for Viper. We do have 4 on gold for Lojza. Lojza went 3 on gold, though, earlier than Viper. Viper was on 2, so it might just compensate the amounts here. Yeah, Lojza actually has more. So, Lojza could potentially get out the monasteries. You could potentially go for the TCs. The interesting thing about these civs, though, guys, the team bonus for Teutons is units resist conversion. So, if you are resisting conversion as Teutons, and you're both mirrored Teutons, you're probably not going to be going over monks. And, yeah, it's interesting. Why I'm not sure why everyone's come in, but nice to have them here. Anyway, so the builds are happening here. We do not see a barracks or a stable then at all for Lojza, so he's probably just going to collect the relics that are closest to him, use his scout to potentially pick off any monks from Viper if he tries to pick up the relics. Viper himself, I'm interested in what he's going to do right when he clicks up. He's going to build a monastery on the front there, and while he's getting loom, he's going to build a TC. I do not see the TC going up. There it is. And alright, well, monastery there for Lojza. He's going to try and snatch up those relics, and if he does snatch up those relics, that'd be good for him. We have 1, 2 TCs on the back, and look at the resources he has. He has stone here, gold, stone, gold. And, oh, what do you know, more gold. So he has a crazy amount of resources here. He has stone here as well. Like I said, the only thing that's not within his base is this out here. Viper can secure this relic, hopefully. He also does have, well, there's one around his base right there. It's hard to see, but it is there. And he's actually going knights, well, a knight and a scout, to try and pick off the monks of Lojza. But does he see them? He does see them. And, oh, he's here right now. Could he pick off the... No, he has to be careful. He has to go back now. And, very nice play from Lojza to be alert of what's going on. But really nice from Lojza, honestly, be up 3 TCs already on those nice resources. Viper, of course, done the same, but Viper is 7 vills behind, which is not something you see every day. Viper is not always this far behind an eco this early, as he's trying to collect these relics. He does have this one here, he's going to get this one as well, and he might get the third. I mean, we're going to have to see a little bit of a push here for Lojza to get these relics, but we'll see if he chooses to do that. I mean, still at this point, he has 2. He's hitting Sanctity, but he is now 11 vills ahead of Viper, and Viper is just now getting up his 3rd TC. So Lojza, in my opinion, is well ahead, if you could say ahead at this point. He's trying to pick off that monk. Yeah, and Scout goes down. I'm not actually sure if it was deleted or killed there. It's hard to really call. But units resist conversion. SMB is saying that he's always skeptical of it, but that's what it says anyway. Monk's coming out now from Lojza, and he's going to try and get this relic. This is pretty much what they're fighting for amongst their booming. And I think he's going to go back now. He just doesn't want to lose these monks. Viper's going to get the relic, take it back home. I say home, but it's here, so it's not really home. He might need to relocate it at some point. Now, Viper actually has a siege workshop, and he's making 2 Mangonels now. So, if he's going with 2 Mangonels, the 2 Mangonels could get converted. They could. It's interesting now that it's Teutons, but he's going to definitely go aggressive here, as Lojza is just pretty much booming and trying to defend a little bit. He may need to anyway, as right now, no more monks coming out. Of course, TC on stone so he can get a defensive castle up, but Viper does not want to let that happen. He's 10 vills behind, he's pushing in, he's getting some upgrades, and Lojza, he's going back home. The knights are here from Viper. Redemption's coming in from Lojza then, which is an important upgrade for him. This gate's going to take a long time to go down, though, so I do think Lojza has a little bit of time. And Viper, honestly, probably wasting some time. He's 10 vills behind. He's invested in, well, how many Mangonels now? He has only 2. He's not making a 3rd. And, of course, I think Teutons are just a fine civ to defend, especially at this point in the game. Viper's already up with 3 TCs when he's trying to do this. Maybe he wants the map control, though. Maybe he wants to definitely try and hold this map control. He is still creating knights. Well, he just actually has an additional one here. And the knights and scouts could push in. There's the castle. So the castle from Lojza is kind of expected. And with that castle and the walls, Lojza is pretty much safe. I mean, his monastery maybe could go down, but should probably think about relocating these relics just a little bit. The castle still is in range of almost all of his eco, and all of his eco is quite safe, to be honest, in the back. So, it's still a steady 10 vil difference right now, but Lojza has clicked up to the Imperial Age. A very nice time, right before 25 minutes actually, and like I said, Viper investing this heavily into the aggression. Though it's not incredibly heavy, but though he's done, doing that has actually slowed down his time an awful lot. Lojza doesn't have a large eco right now, though, to really do anything in the Imperial Age. Only, well, 80 vills, and I'm not sure what he'll choose to do to push this back. Unfortunately, he's going to lose these 2 relics for now, and I'm interested to see where they show up. Do they show up back here? Do they show up forward? We did see Bodkin Arrow just coming in now for Lojza, so yeah, there you go. Relics are going to go back there. Viper really wants those relics, so I think he's going to run the scout in to see if he can be in range. I'm not sure how. I definitely think he's going to try and make a jump for those, or at least he should at least keep Lojza from getting them. Lojza's saying they are yours, but the Bodkin Arrow, yeah, there you go. The Bodkin Arrow is going to reach the the relics if the monks go in, so the monks will die. It'd be interesting if Viper sent the knights in or some units in with the monks to try and distract the castle fire, but Lojza, of course, has his own monks and could just convert them. So for now, Viper's actually a villa ahead. He's on his way to the Imperial Age as well. And also he has a bit of map control. I mean, there's no Lojza out here at all. It's all Viper. But nothing huge right now. We do have chemistry and block printing coming in from Lojza right now. I'm not sure what he's doing with these builds. This could be really, really sneaky if he's choosing to push out here, build a castle or something. But I'm not sure where he's going to put it. Are there any resources? I mean, all of Lojza's resources that need to be secured are actually within his base. He's on all of them almost. And so he's pushing out here. He's going to build a castle there. And Viper is not going to expect that. That's a little bit risky, of course. I mean, if Viper had some military there, it could kill all those villagers, even these knights. But I think Lojza will get it up. But with that castle there... Oh, he lost... Does he... What? He doesn't have loom, and he lost a vill to a wolf. Oh, man. Speaking of losing things here, Lojza's converted a knight, and with that... Oh, Viper's gonna try and get the relic! Oh, he's moved it further at least. Viper just tried to... He ran the knights in here, and he tried to snag the relic. Oh, he's gonna lose all his monks? Well... Oh my goodness, Viper. He doesn't have... Yeah, he doesn't have any faith. He's gonna lose his monks now. And... Well, or is he? Because Lojza's gonna try and focus down the Mag and Elf first. That's going to get his faith right back now, and yeah, it's too late. It's too late for that monk. Really unfortunate. But what's the builds now? This is getting crazy. We need to focus on the build. So we have the castle here for Lojza. He's going with ranges. He did already complete chemistry, as Viper's just doing that. Viper has his ranges here, and he does have some resources in the back as well. Viper's actually ahead in economy, if you could say that, but he's behind in upgrades. And I wouldn't be surprised if Lojza just does what Lojza does and goes with castles and trebs. He has one treb here, he has one treb here, he's going with the hand cannon. So, this is the interesting thing about Teutons. Like, they have a wide variety of military in their arsenal. We could see, if this gets late game, we could see Onager, Siege Onager, count to the hand cannons, but then, you know, the monks are good, and then, of course, they can get Paladin, of course, they can get Halb. The Teutons are great, they actually have great economy as well. But right now, Viper needs to deal with this pressure. I mean, he's making hand cannons. He has 5 hand cannons queued up in every range, but he just doesn't have any hand cannons. They haven't been created just yet because chemistry was just completed. He probably needs to quick wall this. He did not do that, and these villagers will go down rather quickly, so he needs to be careful. So he's waiting for the military. Lojza is at 26, and he's at 3, and Viper is in trouble. Viper is definitely in trouble here. As Lojza is pushing in, there's so many villagers exposed, and also these trebs from Lojza just gonna pick off the ranges from Viper, so he really needs to rebuild. He's going with bombard cannons and more ranges back here, but for now he definitely needs to clean this up. He's trying to, and then he's gonna clean up this forward as well. Like Dave said, bold forward from Lojza, but look how it is working. It's working quite well now, and Viper's getting pushed back, but he still has more eco. He has to be careful, you know, not to lose too much here. Like right now, if he loses this little fight, that could be huge because these units will pester away his vills. So he's going to win that, but that's not really the most important fight right now, as you see the monks trying to convert the bombard cannons. Really wise move from Lojza to still invest in the monks still. He still has some monasteries being built. And Lojza's just going to continue to walk in here. He walked in once, he's going to walk in twice. I just don't see how Viper can deal with all the areas in the map right now. I mean, these trebs are just going to focus down his castle at this rate, but he does have trebs and bombard cannons to focus down these trebs. It's hard to see because the hand cannons are here as well, killing so many villagers. And Viper's going to have to try and deal with that pressure, as the trebs are down now for Lojza. These monks will go down as well, and you know what? Viper's cleaned this up. He still has 7 more villagers, and he might, if he keeps his castle alive here, he needs to repair it, be able to push this back a little bit now. crazy, crazy game. He still has the Trebs. He has about like 3 or 4 Bombard Cannons. He's 1 down here and 2 up there. And the Monks haven't really done that much against Bombard Cannons at all. This Treb is close to going down. Viper might just pick it off now. And this castle, it will stay up now as well. So Viper's defense is really, really well done. But Lojza still, I mean, he's going, looks like Elite Skirm now. He could try and push this back a little bit. Viper needs to be careful with his Trebs. He is running back now. But look at the amount of military now for Viper. He was once at 3 and Lojza was at 23. Now Viper's in the lead, and Viper now has Bombard Cannons behind here. Can pick off Lojza's as Lojza's shooting with his, and oh wow, that's down. This is not looking good for Lojza now. Of course, he'd lose all these castles, all these ranges, and Viper needs to be careful not to fight Elite Skirms though. He's just going Bombard Cannons to, I guess, counter everything from range, but he doesn't want to fight the Elite Skirms once they get massed with his hand cannons. And also, he needs to be careful with his Trebs. Right now, he's running underneath the castle as well. And he lost the Bombard Cannon to a Monk. There's so much to focus on right now. It is insane. This Treb, I think, will go down. Or will it? I'm not sure. It depends on if Lojza's Trebs hit. And there's one. And now Lojza pushing back with the military. The Skirm seems to be a wise investment, but the Bombard Cannons from Viper doing a lot of damage here. The thing with the Bombard Cannons is they have an immense amount of range, so you have to engage them almost either very close, which Viper won't allow that to happen, or with your own Bombard Cannons or Trebs. I do like Lojza trying to get some sneaky conversions, but that Monk is the best micro I've ever seen from any Monk in my life. But speaking of micro, Viper just picking off the Bombard Cannons there. So Viper's lost a little bit of ground, but kind of a stalemate here. Oh, and Lojza's put a castle up here, and Viper's just going to pack his Treb and take it right down, I think, at this rate. The thing is that Lojza has additional golds on the map right now. He kind of had a better start as well with resources, and Viper can collect that stone. The Viper does need to win his fights. He has this gold here, and it's quite close to all the action as well, so he does need to definitely push back, I think. But Lojza right. Oh, the Monks getting a Bombard Cannon kill and just immediately trying to focus down that Treb. Alright, the Monks getting a conversion anyway. The Monks, though, they'll get picked off rather quickly when they do get a conversion. I don't know if it's really worth it to invest into like 10 Monks to get 1 Bombard Cannon, but Lojza is pushing from this side now. We do have capped rams coming from Viper to try and engage the castle and the Treb. I think that Treb will go down. And just 1-2 time Knight, which we probably won't see much of, trying to engage these rams is a wise move. But Lojza is pushing back now. The Skirms are really paying off. Really doing a great job. Of course, they're going to counter these hand cannons quite easily, and Viper just has to, well, I guess now, try and kill this and just leave his castle do the work against the Skirms. But this is a problem, as there's so many Trebs here from Lojza, which could actually pack up and attack his castle. But it's not looking great. Viper's eco management, like said in the chat, he's at 4k wood, and look at all the hand cannons going down now. Viper's still trying to push out to this. Viper's lost his monastery. He's lost his monastery there as well. He never relocated the relics, so he has no gold income from the relics, and actually no gold income at all that I can see. I mean, unless, oh, that get gold right there, but that's going to run out pretty quickly. But Lojza pushing this back now. This has been a heck of a game. The capped rams coming in from Viper. He could maybe get 2 Trebs. Oh, all 3 of them. Holy cow. And he's pushing out, killed all 3 Trebs, and actually saved his castle as well. And he's regained the score. Like, this is crazy. I just, like, squeaked like Mickey Mouse there. But, it's really insane. I mean, Lojza has the ground up here. But the thing is now that, Lojza has, well, he has 2 relics, and he can get these 2 as well. Alright, so Viper is trying to push out. The capped rams have actually been a good investment, and they are soaking up a lot of skirm fire, hand cannon fire. Not really much that Lojza is doing to counter that, but he's not going to take out castles with him, that's for sure. And also, he's losing a lot of units here with a really bad he's just trying to focus down the monks, it looks like, but he's lost a lot of units there, and there's bombard cannons behind. but he has retreated to his own bombard cannons now. And both these players getting bloodlines at pretty much the same time, which is pretty insane. It's like a 45-minute game, and these guys thinking of the same things at once. So I assume we're going to see some type of cavalry come out to counter the skirms, because these guys are going into a lot of skirms. Viper actually has that gold there as well behind the wall, so it's important he holds this area, but also that he wins this area. So he's like fighting in two areas right now. Lojza is pretty much prioritizing this one though, as the scouts now coming out from Viper. You know, Teutons don't get light cav, so it's only going to be scouts. Invest in the Cavalier, and then you give your opponent a pretty hefty unit there if they get a conversion. So this is a good fight for Lojza, I think. Look at how many bombard cannons he has behind. Viper's retreating, and there is a knight Cavalier from Lojza. So Lojza's going into Cavalier, and Lojza, I think, doing a good job here, honestly. I don't care who has the score at this point. He has the bombard cannons. He can take out this Treb. And he has the skirms and the monks. He might be able to... It's still not going to be a game-winning fight. It's back and forth, like you said. And the bombard cannon micro is needed from both players. And it looks like Lojza killing one and converting one, which is incredible. And still not pushing in. Viper is not going down here without a fight. Cavalier, though. What does Viper have to deal with the Cavalier? I honestly do not see anything that he has that can deal with this. I mean, it's just skirms and scouts now from Viper. And Lojza is going to have the Cavalier. He has +2 defense, soon to be +3. And he'll push in with his bombard cannons, with his skirms. He has 4 of them now. Bombard cannon is going to take out the Trebs. And also, this castle, I think, will go down as well. There's 2 Trebs from Lojza. He has 4 bombard cannons. And Viper's losing an awful lot. He's losing his bombard cannons now. He'll lose the skirms at this rate as well with the Cavalier coming in. Lojza has a lot of resources while Viper's really struggling. Pop's relatively similar, but I think that'll change once the skirms go down. Once these vills potentially go down as well, because that's where Viper's golds are. Of course, Lojza has more relics at this point as well. And I guess Viper can invest more into hand cannons to try and deal with the Cavalier, but then of course the skirms are here from Lojza. He still has a lot of bombard cannons. In fact, I'm not sure where they ventured off to. I'm not seeing too many, but still he has the siege here. This is important for Viper to push this back. He does actually have 1 relic secured, but he's getting the Halb upgrade in. How many barracks does he have? Well, he's a couple over here. He's sending it all back home. This is an absolutely crazy game. Lojza's pushing in. This is the first time Lojza's actually gotten this far in this game. And he's building a castle there as well, which is going to be very strong. Viper can't really engage that. I mean, the siege workshop's here with capped rams. I don't think he has a siege workshop in the back even to build from. And of course the Halbs are good against the Cavalier, but the skirms are good against the Halbs from Lojza, so his unit combination seems to be really, really good for him right now. Viper has a random siege workshop with the capped ram there. He isn't doing anything with. He's going to try and take this castle down, but we're getting close to the point where Viper needs to win, or he needs to win a big fight or he loses. And this castle here is going to push back all his military, and if it doesn't go back, it's going to die. I mean, the villagers are going down, and total population now is really in Lojza's favor. Lojza is sending a lot of vills forward, and I'm not sure why he has so many villagers here. He's going to go to that stone and just push in with more castles. What can Viper do at this point to pull this back? I'm not sure. He doesn't. He's just going Halbs and skirms. He has to hold this gold. I mean, look how many villagers are here. He loses this gold. It's going to be the GG, but there is the GG. Whew, what a game. As Lojza takes the 5th game then, and puts Viper on the brink. Pretty crazy stuff, but the colors now change at the end. But yeah, it was a great game. Let's look at the achievements real quick. Kills for Lojza, not hugely in his favor. Lots of buildings raised for him, though. Lojza's gold income, about 2k more, a lot more stone. Viper actually had more food and wood. And no huge differences, I think, except the imp time, which for Lojza was much sooner. He was able to get the castles up and start pressuring. And in the end, I mean, the relic gold was actually in favor of the Viper, but it came down to the unit choices and the fights, and Lojza just won. He won. To point out the obvious. So